Alright, welcome back to PipeCast. Merry Christmas. We are reviewing a Cornell and Diehl blend again. We've done a lot of Cornell. Well, we've done a lot of Peace blends in the past, and a lot of Galway. But, we don't,
Golly.
we're not against Cornell and Diehl by any means. But this is We Three Kings. It is a Christmas themed, I guess what's supposed to be a Christmas themed blend. And so we're going to do a first impression, last review. I have been smoking it for about a week, I guess. And this is his first impression. But before we jump into his first impression, let's look at that blend breakdown. Here we have Cornell and Diehl's We Three Kings. This is a blend, as you can tell by the title, is a Christmas-themed aromatic. It does have an aroma right off the bat. It's supposed to be some kind of topping or casing of allspice, vanilla, and cinnamon. Some kind of combination of that, and you can definitely you can pick up on the aroma right on the tin opening. But what is it composed of is there is Turkish Catarini, which I do not have a representation of that. In its place, I have some Turkish Izmir right here, black Cavendish, and then equal parts red and bright Virginia. And when you look at the blend, definitely right off the bat, you can pick out the black Cavendish, and then I can really make out the brighter or the more darker red Virginia. Now, where it gets a little fuzzy is between that bright Virginia and that Oriental. And then, as I've said before, since I don't have the exact Oriental, that makes it even a little bit more of a task to try to pick that out. But it definitely looks like it's a pretty balanced blend of its four components. Let's get over there and smoke it. All right, so that was, again, Cornell and Diehl's We Three Kings. It's a, typical aromatic. It has its it has its components, then it's laced over with the spicing, and in this case, it's allspice, cinnamon, and vanilla. I really want to know your thoughts on it before I get too far into it, because there's something unique going on, but I want to hear what you think.
Well, I don't think it's like untypical of blends that I've had by Cornell and Diehl where they try to up the game on an aromatic by adding in varied tobacco leaf, because this has got Catarini in it,
which they've used in their Lovecraftians before, the old one series.
Seems like they've got a lot of Catarini lying around.
Yeah,
and
like they don't know what to do with it.
Well, maybe we just throw it in there. Not bad. It's good. So this has all the markings of like a pretty good blend that gets pushed into better than average for sure because of the cinnamon and the vanilla and stuff. Left alone, I think what you have on your hands here is a Cairo or a what's the other blend? Embarcadero. Because this reminds me of it's a little bit lighter, mellower. It has a cigarette-y kind of vibe behind it without the paper burning. But with the added flavoring, I think it actually pushes it into... it makes it different enough that it's actually pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And I like it. So this is a positive review. It's not a negative review. I think this is pretty good. I think that by mixing it up a little bit, it's a nice smoke. And I think it can definitely be an all-day smoke. And based on what I've gotten from your 10 note, pretty sweet. Vanilla, cinnamon, allspice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is probably has a positive room note, so it's something you probably could smoke out in public. So if you're
Yeah.
ever going to go do some sort of Christmas walking downtown or some window shopping or something like that, and your city's not anti-smoking like to a hard degree,
Mm-hmm.
I think you could basically get away with smoking a pipe out in public and people actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
Um, would it be my first go-to? Probably not. I think that if you want to get bang for your buck, you go with Galwith and Hogarth. So like Bob's Chocolate Flake or Cherry Cream Flake, as far as it's got the best flavor that you can possibly enjoy. And it's like a really super good smelling tobacco.
Yeah.
But this is really nice. So full flavor. I'm not bothered by anything as far as the aroma goes. The sweetness is a little bit more lasting. I think this probably could have benefited from a little bit more alcohol topping, so your rums or your bourbons or something like that. But
Yeah.
all the allspice and all the flavorings in there, however they're transferred, be it, I mean, it most definitely could be rum and stuff, but I think that an added dose or a topping or a casing of rum would have probably been a little bit nice without killing it like a dark rum.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is good. So it doesn't bother me at all. Like I've had other ones that really burn off really quickly, and I tell you, if the flavoring burned off on this, you would probably have a pretty weak tobacco.
I guess you go. Interestingly, I was a little worried with this blend after I popped open the tin, because the allspice, the cinnamon, and the vanilla kind of came together and was very reminiscent to me of the Patience of Dr. Silence, and the Tonquin being the Tonquin that goes on with that. Like almost eerily similar. Like I smelt them side by side, and I was like, this smells like the same blend. So I was worried because, one, if you're billing it as a Cornell and Diehl aromatic, it's not gonna hold a light to a Ken Bauer Venture aromatic, especially probably one of his best or my favorite. Right? I'll be honest with you.
Ken Barn does a really, really solid job.
He does, but I'll tell you this: if the Patience of Dr. Silence was a mass-produced blend that that I could count on every year in and year out, like a artisan's blend, right? I can count on it. I can count on well, sometimes you can't, but I can count on Nightcap, or HH Pure Virginia. If I could count on Patience Dr. Silence like that, it would be 80% of what I smoked. The enjoyment I get from that blend is so much more than any other blend that I smoke. And so if I had an unlimited availability of it, I would.
It stinks too because it's so limited.
So limited. So with this blend, again, the 10 note was very like, this is Patience Dr. Silence, right? And so I was a little worried because I'm like, it's not going to be able to compete. And while it definitely doesn't compete, because the tobaccos underneath are different, it still reminds me of it enough to where, even though this is sort of pushed as a Christmas themed one, I would smoke it, a few times throughout the year, just to get my Patience of Dr. Silence fix, because I'm not smoking it every now and again. I'm probably smoking once or twice a year,
right?
To keep it. And now, as I get older and as the tobacco ages, you never know what that's going to do to it. I don't know if it kind of scratching that itch of, do I like Patience, or me liking Patience. I don't know if that'll end up becoming frustrating because it's not Patience. I don't know, but right now, all the bowls I've had, I've been like, okay, yeah, I like this enough because it's reminding me of Patience, and I'm not like smoking my way out of my collection of Patience of Dr. Silence. So I like it, but because it's so much like. So if I had never had Patience of Dr. Silence and I smoked this, I don't know if I would make it a rotational, but I'd smoke it quite a lot because I love the flavors that it's got going on.
Right.
And yeah, and we talked about that when we reviewed the Patience of Dr. Silence. That Tonquin flavoring is kind of hard to pin down, as to what it is. Kind of,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a vanilla-y, kind of this, kind of that, and yeah, something about whatever they use to. I don't know if they actually did use allspice, cinnamon, and vanilla, or if they used some kind of concoction that makes you think of those three. Whatever it was, it's really close to that Tonquin.
Hmm.
It would be interesting to know if they actually did just use Tonquin and just told everybody,
I know Tonquin is hard to come by. It also
so
has some
probably not.
FDA stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Well, they probably didn't do that then.
but I do think that there's some. Tonquin has a very burnt caramel vanilla flavoring to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly like it. The way I describe it the best is if you've ever had Thai tea, specifically the kind that you boil in a mesh bag and you sweeten with sweetened condensed milk and top off with milk,
Mm-hmm.
just whole milk. It's like one of my favorite drinks to have.
Mm-hmm.
I can never understand like the milk teas that people drink nowadays, the bubble teas and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
They're good.
They're made
Uh,
the same way, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I think that the way I've had my Thai tea from just different Thai restaurants in like Louisiana and Southern Alabama, probably not the best Thai restaurants in the world, but I feel like they're better than I could get around here.
Hmm.
Their Thai tea that they've made has always been so good. So, I kind of ripped off their recipe and I make it from time to time.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to acquire Thai tea, but
No.
it's really good. So that's kind of the way I describe Tonquin bean. Tonquin bean has that like Thai kind of taste to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Which most of the Thai teas that I've had have been the boba version, and usually coffee flavored. So, but actually, some of the best that you can get's right there next to Second and Charles. There's like a truck stop or a truck that stops there. Me and Ann usually try to get it when we come here.
Okay.
Really good stuff. But that's a aside. But
That's bubble tea?
yeah, like a boba. What has the
No,
black stuff
I
in it.
call it bubble tea, I guess.
Bubble.
Milk tea?
Well, I think some
Bubba.
people do say bubble.
Okay, so boba tea.
Boba, yeah. It's got the black stuff in it.
Yeah, those, what is that called? That's actually starch balls.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about those?
What's that?
I wish I was a kid when these things came out because I'm a monster, and even to this day I'm still a monster. But if you'll look at the diameter of the straw, very big, allows you to suck up those. They're like starch balls, but they're
Yeah.
like gummies, right?
Yeah.
You could shoot those things at like 100 miles an hour by blowing through, and when they hit, they explode.
Yeah.
And this is awful, but I got them, and I was riding down the road and shooting mailboxes with them.
How old
And,
are you?
29. And
How old I am now.
Yeah,
when you were
it just
doing
like boom, like and I was like, drop faster. Boom. And you could shoot them so far, but I could shoot those things like mad, and
Yeah.
you could shoot and hit people in the face, and when they hit, because the velocity of them, they just so it's like a big fat mark like right on the side of your face. You're like, God.
Yeah. Hit them right here, and you're like, damn, it's Ash
I would
Wednesday.
only be buying that boba tea to shoot people in the face with those bubbles because I like the tea. I'll drink it. I don't
Yeah.
like the balls in them
Oh.
too much. They're fine,
Yeah.
but that's not
not what
something
you're
that
there
I
for.
want.
Yeah.
I want the tea. But like I remember one because typically the way I order my boba tea after the first one I had is I go just fill it up, no boba, no bubble things.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to say it one time, and I got it, and I sucked it up, and I go, these stupid things, and I went, whoo, and it hit, and I was like, oh,
Now
this
I
is
got-
awesome. So it was like, I was like, I didn't realize that this would become basically
Yeah.
a weapon.
So basically, you pull your straw up a little bit, you drink all of the tea.
All the
And
tea.
then whatever's left.
And then whatever's left, I use them, because I need them to, the more tea that they've set in, the mushier they
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
So, and the fatter they get,
Yeah.
which is the better velocity and the harder they hit.
They even have another type that I had the other day, and it's not the black ones. It's like they're more clear, and I think they're kind of like fruit, and they called them fruit explosions, and it felt like when you bit into them, they exploded. So if you could get those,
No,
I don't
that's
know.
what I definitely want those. Then.
Yeah, yeah. They were some. It was like a boba tea from like Kansas City, so I couldn't tell you, if you could get that here or not. But the yeah, it was crazy because I bit into it expecting the normal, You know, it's kind of it kind of does pop, but it's more gummy, like a gummy kind of thing. This one
And I like
been
gummy.
doing it.
Not to knock it, I like gummy things.
Yeah, but it's
But
just when you get a yeah, I see what you're saying.
I just want tea.
Yeah,
But I'm a tea drinker.
exactly.
You know, I drink tea more so. Like I'm actually like a tea drinker. Like I like tea a lot, and I love coffee too. Not knocking it.
You
I
like
think all
Earl
the
Grey?
drinks are good, huh?
You like Earl Grey?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Earl Grey's
oh my
good.
gosh, I like a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I like Earl Grey. And
Earl Grey's good. Only drink Earl Grey in the winter though.
oh really?
Yeah.
There was something I had
With a
one
little
time.
vanilla extract in it.
Oh really?
Yeah. A little. If you can do a steamed cream on it too. It's called a London Fog.
Oh okay. See, I always go to him for the extra accoutrement when it comes to tea and coffee because at my house we drink black coffee and black tea. Like we don't do nothing with it, any of it. But
Yeah, like a French press coffee is my preferred black, right?
yeah,
And that's just black, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
And then, and then this guy got me hooked onto cold brew. So I drink cold brew like
I got you hooked on cold brew.
Mhm.
I mean, I like it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't. I never had cold brew until he introduced me to it.
Was it when we went to Denver and we bought some at like a Starbucks one time?
Maybe. I remember because you said try it, you'll like it. And
I did say that?
Yeah. And I go, I don't think so.
That's something.
And then I got it, and I loved it. And I've been drinking cold brew ever since.
Being his friend, I try to avoid saying things like "try it, you'll like it." Or
No, you convinced me to drink it, so I did.
that must be a really rare occurrence because I don't do anything else like that, especially like movies and stuff because I don't want to get torn up. I actually did it last
I've
week.
mellowed in my age. In my older age, I've mellowed. You can say stuff to me now.
I even did it last week.
But almost like when someone tells me that you'll like it, I feel like that's like a challenge. I'm like, really?
Yeah, see, I know that. That's why I don't do it. But I did it a few weeks ago. Not as a challenge. I just had a lapse in judgment. But I hadn't got ridiculed yet. So
I haven't watched it yet. It's talking about Long Fang or White Fangs or something like that. Call of the Wild or something.
no, not called Night Teeth.
Night Teeth. That's
Which,
what it is.
after I told you that, I said, man, check it out. It's pretty cool. And then I went and looked at it, and it's like getting destroyed by critics and audiences on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which is good.
Destroyed.
That's a good sign.
Oh, okay, good.
To me, that's a good sign. When things get universally panned, I tend to like it.
Oh, well, you might like it then. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie.
When I've seen because the thing is like the critics are so biased now that I don't even take them seriously anymore.
Yeah, and then the audience, they're dumb.
Yeah, the audience is like
Not dumb. Not everybody's dumb. I'm just saying that they're. When you make a movie that appeals to everyone, it's kind of got to be neutered. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't have. You could remake Escape from New York, and everyone would universally love it. But you couldn't make Escape from New York like it was made, and have people love it at all.
Yeah.
Period. There's a part where he just sits in a chair.
Well, I would say it's an action movie that has no action.
Yeah. I mean, he just sits down in a place, just like, eh.
Yeah. Actually, I think I heard Red Letter Media say that.
Oh, really?
They were like, it's an action movie with no action.
I mean,
I can't remember
because the fight scene's like lame, but I love all the characters, and I don't care about the action as much as I like. No. There's a part in it that's not really action packed, especially because of Carpenter's music. You're like, what's going on? But like, people are just getting drugged below the floor, just like and it's not.
You're there for Snake Plissken. You're there for the Duke. Or I'm the Duke now. Like that's what you're there for.
But the best part of the movie is at the end where the president goes crazy.
Yeah.
You're the Duke. Where I swear he was the president of the United States and then just became Dr. Loomis after that.
Exactly, he went crazy.
I know those films are flawed, but like even that's set the future. But I mean, it's like absolutely he does a full Loomis transformation.
Yeah, he kind of goes wild there. So. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying though. Like you can't make it like like it was made then.
Yeah, I mean it's just a slow burn film, and you'll watch movies like that nowadays. A good example of that, there was a movie that called I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called like The Recruit, or The Trainer, or The Ex-Soldier, or The Hitman, or something like that. No one famous. Oh, the girl from It Follows is in it.
Oh,
the lead star of It Follows.
that's the only thing I've seen her in.
She's in it. It's like a movie she did after that. If you watch it, you can look it up. It's basically what it is a guy comes home or visits some people,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Your son was in the same unit that I was in." And then they're like, "Oh, because he died in Iraq or something."
Oh.
And they're like, "Well, stay with us, you know?"
Yeah.
And he stays with them, and what you find out is that, like, he's actually, like, sort of, like, psychologically programmed to be, like, the ultimate killing machine.
Oh.
And he takes on identities and stuff. Like, it's really bizarre. But it's really good because it's got, like, a whole... Now, it's way more action-packed than, like, Escape from New York, but for the time...
When was this made?
So what did... It Follows come out in, like, what,
15.
2015? So 2016, 2017?
I was say there was like a 2016, 2017 movie that had like Oscar Isaac in it that sounds a lot like this.
I don't think Oscar Isaac was in it.
It's like in the desert, and like the guy just like the Nevada desert. The guy just wanders into like a home, and it kind of is like that. I didn't see it, but that's what the trailer made me think of.
Yeah, it'd be weird if it was Oscar Isaac. That would have blown my mind because this guy I know for sure was Australian.
Oh, okay.
Or
Well,
an
one of the
Englishman.
characters was Oscar Isaac.
But I mean, when I say Australian, he played an American, but he's an English actor.
Yeah.
The reason I know that is because
It slipped sometime.
no, he was doing an interview, I think, for the movie, and the interviewer said basically like she had like some sort of moment where she was like, "I bet you were just jerking off the men" or something like that, and he goes, "What?" And like she didn't understand that she'd made, or it's something to that effect, and he's like. And she goes, "Why is that funny?" And he's like, "Just the way you said it, it's just awful, like it just you'd have to see the interview." But he's talking about him doing an American accent and stuff, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
she says like something to the effect of him
Jerking off me.
jerking off men or something like that. It's really weird. But I remember watching his interview for the movie. I was like, "Oh, this is that guy from the movie," and I was like, "That's a weird guy." It was just weird how all that stuff sort of came together.
And a big opportunity for you in Hollywood. You must have had to beat off a lot of American men to get this part. Why does that make you giggle? Did you not have to beat them off?
You had
With a
to,
big
to get
stick?
the role. There was quite a few men up for the role as well.
There were.
And compose yourself.
Interesting. I don't know how we got off on the topic of movies. Oh, me like recommending movies to you. Yeah.
But this season, the holiday season, we've decided to do a little Christmas cheer for the year 2021. So this year, Patrick and I are going to have a Naughty and Nice List contest.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
there are two ways to enter into our Naughty and Nice List contest. And I'm going to let Patrick break it down.
Okay. So you have the nice contest, which the prize is what is the prize?
The price is a tin of Esotericas and Soda Bed.
There you go. And to enter into that contest, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that your subscriptions are open or are public so that we can see that you actually have subscribed.
Right.
And then
Give this video a like.
if you like, give this video a like if you like the video.
You'll see why here in a second.
And then do a video response, and the video response can just be, letting us know what Christmas blends do you like, right? What ones do you look forward to smoking when Christmas time comes around? And also, if you have like a Christmas pipe, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas Eve, the theme of the pipe, but it's just one that you kind of save for Christmas. You save for old St. Nicholas. So, this is the video that all that's tied to. So, and this will be the only video in December until Christmas Eve. So you have until the time this is published to Christmas Eve, midnight. to enter into the contest. Now, the same with the Naughty contest. The Naughty contest, subscribe, just like you did with this one.
This is my favorite one.
Dislike
the video.
Yeah, dislike the video if you so choose. And just leave us a comment, like just shy of something that YouTube would mark as against community guidelines. So just lay into us. Tell us.
Dunk on us.
Yeah, tell us what you don't like about us.
What you think is just terrible about the videos, the content. Just dunk on us. This is a free run. You will not. I promise you, you will not be put on the contest. I don't care if you dislike the video. If you come at me with some weak sauce, and it's not like you're just like, well, your jeans look weird, you're not going to be on Santa's naughty list.
No, it's got to be something with some substance.
Yeah.
And if you win that contest, you get
coal, or
the
equivalency, 10 of Balkan Sobrani by J.F. Jermaine and Sons.
Aged since 2019.
There you go.
All right, and you can be in both contests, I guess, if you want.
Well, yeah, it will be a randomized drawing. We're going to give everyone who's in it, list them out in numbers. If you win one, we'll probably take you off the list for the next one since there's only 2 prizes. So,
but yeah, so that is the PipeCast Naughty and Nice contest.
And of course, we'll get your address through messaging after we've done the drawing.
Yeah, and so the drawing will be a live video.
We're hoping.
So don't hold us to that. But there will be a video sometime between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and that's where the results will be given out, as well as we'll be reviewing Cornell and Diehl's Golden Days of Yore.
Right.
Which that has some age on it as well, so that has a year's age. It's technically a revisit. We're revisiting it.
That's right over there.
So yeah, if you stuck around this long in the video, props to you, and you get to enjoy this contest.
Yeah, well.
if you so choose. So, but I think that's about it. I would recommend trying We Three Kings. Because
yeah, it's a really good blend actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually it's growing on me throughout this whole sit. So it's something I would revisit, which is positive.
Yeah, and I think that's one note to sort of lead into the video we'll do at the end of the month. Cornell and Diehl's kind of stepping their game up when it comes to having an aromatic flavor that kind of stays through the bowl. Or if not that, the aromatic flavor is so mixed in that even when the aromatic flavor burns off, the tobaccos underneath are still good enough. So I think they're figuring out how to do that really well.
Most definitely.
So until Christmas, we hope Santa comes and visits you.
Yep.
See y'all.
Bye-bye.